Hello, I'm RetroJules, and welcome to Crossout. Now, I know I did a video about this game and I said it was a one-off and don't worry, I'm still going to be tanking. Well, that's kind of not strictly true. It wasn't a one-off because I didn't expect to like the game so much, and the more I've played it, the more I understand it, the more I'm enjoying it. But World of Tanks is still my main game, and they're the videos that I will do, but I'm just going to throw in, when I feel like it, every now and again, a Crossout video, because it's just nice for me, as a creator, to do something a little bit different, and also because I introduced some of you to the game, I kind of also feel responsible that perhaps I should try and help you with the game. So I just thought I'd do like a little intro video, and just sort of go over the main points of Crossout. I've only been playing it for a couple of weeks, and just sort of tell you what I've learnt, which may help you in the game, and if I get anything wrong or there's something I've missed out, then perhaps you can also help me. Because it's a little bit like World of Tanks, where the game on the surface isn't that obvious, and you have to start looking at YouTube videos to work out exactly how the game works and what it's all about. And I've done a little bit of that, and I've learnt quite a lot, and would quite like to share that with you. Welcome to Crossout, and welcome to my garage. I don't claim to be an oracle in this game. I've been playing it for about 3 or 4 weeks now, gained a bit of knowledge, and I just thought I'd share with you what I know. It may help you if you're struggling or don't really know exactly what this game is about, and if I get anything wrong or I miss anything, then you can let me know if there's anything important that I need to know. So this is my Ford Transit Mark 1 plumber's van, and this vehicle is working out really quite well for me at the moment, and I'm not going to talk you through this vehicle build, depending on how well this video does as to whether you guys want to see a few more of these. I could make the next video the build of this van and why I've designed it the way that I have. So we're in the garage tab, and you're well aware that that's where you go into battle, and that is where you build and test drive your vehicles. And what we'll do is we'll work our way along the tabs. So we go along to factions. There are 5 different factions, and you start at the engineers level, and I can't remember if it's when you get to level 5 or level 10 that you are then able to change factions, and you can only play 1 faction per day. So once you've chosen a faction, that's what you play for that day, and then the next day you can choose a different one, but you can't chop and change. So I've got to level 13 on the engineers, and I'm really enjoying that. And if you go along to lunatics, they're lighter chassis, more sort of go-kart, buggy style vehicles, very much a Mad Max style vehicle, very fast vehicles. You go along to nomads, and these guys sort of use airplane parts and sort of retro vintage vehicle parts to make their vehicles. And scavengers, this is the one that I'm really interested in. These are the real sort of Mad Max sort of tank style lorry truck with the exhausts and the big cannons and the double tyres, and I'm tempted to start the scavengers. The trouble is, it's taken me quite a long time to get to level 13 on the engineers, and when you start a new faction, you're going to have to start from scratch. And then eventually you'll work your way along to the Steppenwolves. Now I don't know if this is where the game gets very serious and very tactical, but this is the sort of, well, they call them the elite squad. This is the sort of the army, the Marines. It's tanks, it's submersible style vehicles, it's the big chunky military vehicles. And you have to get to level 25 to unlock the Steppenwolves. So back to the engineers, where I am at level 13. You have your vehicle blueprints. These get unlocked when you get to a certain level. So at level 15, this one. Route 63 will be unlocked. And what these are self-built vehicles. So you unlock the blueprint, you download it. If you have all the parts that that vehicle is made of, then it will build the vehicle for you. And the reason you would do that is if you don't really know where to start, your self-builds are dreadful, you can download one of these, you've got an instant vehicle you can play with, get the hang of, and then you can add to it or adapt it as you see necessary. And it also gives you some ideas for building your own vehicles. Now we have the blueprints. So we have the first stage part blueprints here. Don't really get this. You hire an engineer's workbench at the start of the game, and with that you can build any of these parts. Trouble is, all these parts are pretty much available as you play the game. They're the awards that you get. The only things that aren't are the loot containers and the spray cans. Apart from that, everything else you get in the game, so I haven't built anything with this. But where it gets interesting is the second phase of manufacturing. These get exciting. I have currently built the little boy, and I've built myself a weapons cooler. So these are the parts that you don't earn in the game, and these are really quite exciting and adaptable parts. So if we go to, let's stick with the little boy. To build the little boy, you need 3 Avengers, 2 carjacks, and 2 huntsman chassis or cabins. You're also going to need 450 scrap, and the important one, you're going to need 50 copper. So the required parts are parts that you earn by battling in the game, and they're your rewards, and scrap are also your rewards in the game. Copper, you have to play raids to get copper. Also, to build these parts, you'll need an engineering press. To get an engineering press, you have to buy it with gold. So there are three types of engineering press, and depending on how much you spend will depict how many parts you're allowed to build with that press. So I bought a 5-part press. I've already built the little boy, I've already built my weapons cooler, so I've got 3 parts left. When I've built 3 more parts, I will then have to spend more gold to buy another press to build more parts. So if we go back into the garage and go into battle, you go into raids, and there are different types of raids. I always play cargo race, and it says you get 1 piece of copper. Well, you get 5 actually, and you get coupons as well. And I don't really know where the coupons come into this game yet. I haven't worked that out. But I play cargo race. You're up against the clock. There's 3 or 4 of you on a team, and you have to collect 10 containers or cargo within that time limit to get 5 pieces of copper. Every time you destroy a vehicle, every time you pick up a piece of cargo, the time you get an additional bonus to the time, so you get more time to do the rest. Now you personally don't have to collect 10 containers. In fact, you don't have to collect any. The team between them have to get all 10 containers. So sometimes it pays to cover different parts of the map so you can pick them up quicker. Quite often or not, it also pays to just sit up on a hill and snipe and clear the path for the guys to do all the work for you. And when you get to the last container, little bit of a tip, if you've got plenty of time and you're quite good on your health, don't pick up the last container. Just try and annihilate the enemy AI and boost your rewards and bonuses before you pick that last package up. And as a result of that cargo race, you will get 5 pieces of copper. Do that 10 times and you're good to go to build your new spanky part. Brawls at the moment are all locked. They're not available. I don't know whether that's because this game is in early stages and that part of the game isn't live yet, but I've never seen those go live. So, the important part of this game, and I completely overlooked it at the beginning, is gold. If you have gold, you can buy anything you want. If you've got enough gold, off the market, put it on your vehicle and have something really quite flash. A couple of ways of getting gold. You can go into the shop, spend your real hard-earned money, buy some gold and spend it on whatever your heart desires. However, this is a free game, and if you're anything like me, if it's a free game, you probably don't really want to throw money into it unless you really enjoy it and it's going to be a keeper, a little bit like World of Tanks. So, to earn gold, you have to sell stuff. So you're collecting stuff every time you win a battle. You know, you get your carjacks, you get your boosters. And so, for example, I have got 4 Avengers. Press Y on that, and if you want instant money but a lower price, you can sell it straight away and we'll get 1.5 gold for selling that straight away. However, if you're a little bit patient, you can trade it and you can see that actually they're going for about 3.6. So you can go into sell, and so the 1.5, 1.6 we could have got straight away, we can actually get a lot more than that. They take 10% off. Put in as many as you like, put in whatever price you like, and just wait. And you're not, it's a little bit like eBay, I guess, but you're not pinpointing, you can't influence who buys it, when they buy it. You're just putting it out there for that price, and depending on the price will depend how quickly it sells. If you put a stupid price, chances are it won't sell. Put a decent price or a cheap price and it could sell quite quickly. Sell those and you'll stack up gold. And I have 575 gold. The best way to make gold is to go back to factions and build stuff. Even if you don't need it. I built the little boy purely by accident. I thought I was building a weapons cooler. I clicked the wrong thing and it built the little boy. Had a bit of a play. Actually, it's a really good, powerful gun, but I don't really get on with cannons yet. So I sold it and I got a lot of money for that. So I think if you make the time and effort and build really cool weapons for people who can't be bothered or are a bit lazy and have a bit of gold, that's where you can start making your money. Now, going back to the raids, they get you gold, they get you coupons, but you also need fuel to pay to go into them. I have 200 out of 200. I also have a surplus of fuel, and I can top that up if I need to. And recently I also sold some fuel, which sold quite quickly. To get fuel in the game, all you need to do is attach a petrol drum to your vehicle, and every time you win a game, you'll pick up a certain amount of fuel. Got a couple of choices. You can keep that on there and just keep picking up fuel, or you can take it off when you've got enough fuel to do what you need. And the reason I've said that is because fuel barrels have a tendency to explode. When you put them on your vehicle, hide them, put them underneath, keep them well defended, and just bear in mind that when they are exposed and they go off, they will take a big chunk of your vehicle away or even finish the game quite early for you. So carry them, get your excess fuel, sell your fuel, top up your fuel, but if you don't need them, I wouldn't carry them because they can shorten the game. So the marketplace is where we buy stuff. Storage is where you keep everything that you've got. Now this is quite interesting. You can download your blueprints for people to try, and also you get to try different vehicles too. So for example, we can have a look at this in our garage, see what we think of this, and we can even test drive it. We can take it out, and I've chosen quite a slow one. And the good thing about this is you get to try vehicles, and if you've got the parts like blueprints, you can just download these and use them, but also you get to see how vulnerable your own built vehicle that was in the garage is, and you can test your own vehicle. So that's a really good way to just have a play, and also it just means that you can play with higher tier vehicles. Excuse me, my phone's just going off. I'm just going to shut that down now. There we go. Sorry about that. So yes, you get to try other people's vehicles and get an idea of the builds and all the rest of it. So, and then we have seasons. Finally, seasons. These are basically linked missions. So here we go. So to unlock, I guess when you get to the end, your reward is 300 scrap. Unless 300 scrap is just for the first one, but I get the impression from this you have to do all these to get 300 scrap. And the first one, we have to destroy 15 players with cannons. And then once we've done that, the second one will come up, win 7 battles, and so on and so forth. So that's my sort of overview of the game screens for you. I hope that's been some sort of use for you. You know, if you like this video and you want me to do a few more sort of cross-out videos for you, do let me know. It's quite nice for me to do something a little bit different, and I'm certainly not stopping my tanking. My tanking is my absolute focus as far as gaming is concerned. This is just a nice little gap filler when I just don't feel committed to World of Tanks and I think I don't want to play anything too serious, and building the vehicles in Crossout is where the fun is. It's not so much the gameplay, that's really just to see if your vehicle works. It's building and rolling it out. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Keep safe, keep building, and I'll see you soon.